Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Hunter Foreman, and I'm speechless right now. The fact that I was able to make this interview happen is I amaze myself sometimes about how I can make these interviews happen. This guy, yes, as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, the legend, the gloat, the New York bully. Math Hoffa is on the phone. Math, what's going on, sir?
What's good? Right?
Man, listen. Good, man. This is a dream for me, man. You have always been in my top 5 favorite battle rappers, and just made it to my top 10 favorite rappers. With this Pac Juice project, which I wanna ask you a couple questions about that, since this is something that you're pushing very, very hard.
Yeah.
So, where did the inspiration of the title and the project come from?
Well, really, I kind of thought it up one day. You know, I felt like, there was a lot of Tupac conversations at the time, and I felt like, I've been a fan of Pac for years, and there were certain things that I identified in him. You know what I'm saying? Like, in myself. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna put a project out. I'm gonna call it Pac Juice. I'm gonna put this tape together or whatever. What I didn't know was that taking on this title was gonna take me on like a fucking roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, from the time I started shouting and wearing Pac Juice shirts and shit like that, I feel like it set me on a path to really go through some shit. And the project, I never felt like the project was complete. Like, I recorded so many songs. I probably recorded like 40, 50 songs. And I never felt like it was complete. So life kept going on. And as life went on, things would happen. And I would record a song about it. And something else would happen. I would record a song about it. Something, and here we are, like 5 years later. I feel like I set out to make the project, but really the project made itself.
Now, I've listened to the project is long. It's about, let's see, about 20, a little bit over 20 songs. Which I was hoping for, because I was hoping for, more music. I want to talk about one of my favorite.
It's really less than 20 if you take out the timeline.
Yes. I want to talk about one of my favorite songs, and that's the Lex Jason joint, the featuring Blizzle Bless. Ever since this project came out, which was a week ago, of course. First of all, I'm gonna put the link for Pac Juice in the link of or in the description box for this video. So please check this out. Please support my man Math. Tell me, what was your motivation behind this Lex Jason joint? Personally, for me, because I want to know, because I'll be listening to this while I'm at the job, and it's just, I just got this urge to just get all this stuff done, just to go ham and do what I'm supposed to do, and just, it's like a good working song, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration for this?
In the movie, well, the Lex Jason thing, the whole science behind the title is me and my man Blizzle. He called me up. He told me he wanted me to be a part of this Respect Life web series.
Mm-hmm.
And, at first, I know Boom, he's the writer, director, lead actor, and all shit or whatever. I know Boom for years, but I was leery on getting into any web series. I always felt like I had the mind to create my own. If I was going to do it, I was going to create my own shit. But he was like, yo, you know what I mean? Let's get into this shit. Let's get started. I mean, you can start here. You can break off and do your own thing. I was like, all right, cool. So I got into the shit, and my character's name was Lex, and his character's name was Jason.
Okay.
So that's where the title comes from, Lex Jason or whatever. But me and Blizzard, we've been rocking for a while. Like, Blizzard was like the silent member of NYB. But if you heard any NYB records, you probably heard them on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was it. We was just in the studio one night. This shit came on the beat, and you know, one part was like real hard, and the other part was like smooth, and I felt like that was our characters. So I said, yo, let's rock out. I'll do this part, you do this part, and I guess on a breakdown we can go back and forth and then switch it up.
So for those who have,
it came out fire.
So for those who've seen the Respect Life series, they would automatically understand why this track exists, basically. And
right,
yeah, and I think that's the first things first. I think first things first. When I heard the song, I was like, okay, this makes sense. And then I was like, as the more I listened to it, I was like, okay, gotcha. This makes sense because your character played a very aggressive, played a very somewhat anger kind of filled person, while Jason was
he was the plug.
Yeah,
he was the plug. He was the smooth guy.
Yes. So it balanced it. It's a great balance. It's a great song. I love it. I want to talk about another song off of there, which is the very first song that kicks off the whole album, which is Hoffa Gang.
Yeah.
This one, dude, I remember when I believe you were starting to send this out to your fans, and I reached out, and I was able to, and I was, very fortunate enough to listen to this. And I remember I was on the job, because that's mostly how I enjoy music, is whether I'm just chilling at my house or I'm on my job and I'm just, doing my thing. I listened to this at least 5 times while I was on the job, and I was just rocking out, man. Like, this was like, and the fact that you got the Millie Rock Aftermath crowd reaction at the very end set like is like the cherry on the top. So I just want to say, I just want to commend you on that one.
It starts with the Serious Jones shit.
Yes.
It was really like a cycle thing where, like, okay, Serious Jones shit, I got banned, and then I came back, and the Millie Rock shit was like at the end.
Which was your triumphant return, basically.
Right, exactly. So, like, I recorded the joint. I was like, oh, I like this joint. I need to put something out. I ain't put something out in a minute. And I just put it up on Instagram and on Twitter. I was like, yo, whoever wants this song, just hit me up. And the response was like 1,000+ people would hit me up and say, yo, what's up? Send me that. I was like, oh, shit. All right, cool. So I started sending it out to people. And, man, I just asked people, like, yo, if you could, post a video to da-da-da-da. And some people I didn't even ask. They just did it. And it was just dope. It was just dope. You know what I mean? And it was strictly for Hoffa Gang. I said, since I said that at the beginning, I said, I'm just going to give this to the fans to interact with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers.
Yes.
But there's only so many, like, for everybody that interacts with you, that actually says, I'm going to say something today, or I'm going to DM this person, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's a good thing. And I always tell this because I've been in contact with a lot of battle rappers, like the same relationship that me and you have. It's just a fan interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've spoken to Cortez, I've spoken to Jerry West, Chef Trez. What I appreciate about those things is that you guys aren't Hollywood. You guys aren't Hollywood. You guys, don't you guys really like talking to your fans and knowing, what they're doing and what's going on in their lives. And I appreciate that more than you guys know, because it's like, it tells me that's like, it tells me like, yeah, they really care about their fan base. And that's something that I always admire about, guys like you, guys like Chef Trez and Jerry West and Cortez, and
appreciate it.
Of course. I want to speak about a cup. I've picked out probably 5 battles, certain performances that you've had that are my personal favorites, and I want to start off with I think is one of your best performances in battle rap history, and that's you versus Marv 1. This was on the Poison Pen card. I'm not sure what the actual name was, but this was uploaded on URL TV, and this is one of your best 3-round performances I've seen, and this still ranks up, at the top 5 for me. So everybody knows the backstory of you coming back after the Calico battle, but
yeah,
you just unleashed this beast, like you said in the bathroom, Matt Hoffa, the monster's back. Was that your intent? I'm about to 3-0 Marv 1. I'm sorry it had to be you, Marv, but
I mean, I mean, for me it was after the Calico shit, I was trying to get a battle for a minute. I just wanted to clean that up. You know what I'm saying? That was a real moment, and he kind of caught me slipping.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel so much that he beat me, but I beat myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, we was fishing for opponents for a while, and, Marv bit. A couple other people bit, but for some reason it didn't work out or whatever. But the Marv 1 situation worked out, and I was like, oh, Marv's from Detroit. Oh, I'm about to let him have it. All this Calico shit that happened, I'm going to let him have it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was something Marv said during the battle. He was like, yo, we honestly could be past our prime. I was looking at him like, you're bugging, bro. I'm not even close. Crazy.
My thing with that battle, man, every time, I've watched it probably 3 or 4 times, and every time I watch it, and I've noticed this because I've been a fan of battle rap for about maybe close to 5 years right now. And I'm the type of person where if I get really interested in something, I want to know everything and anything about it. So when I saw that battle, when I got a chance to get around to that battle, because the way I watched, the first battle I ever saw was Surf Versus Conceited. So that should give you about a good, timeline of where I think it was about either a year after.
You said Surf Versus
Conceited was the first battle I ever watched.
Conceited. Oh, okay, dope.
Yeah,
that was a good battle.
And the second battle I ever watched was King of the Dot, Blackout. What Blackout was it? I can't remember the Blackout. Pat Stay versus Math Hoffa was the second battle I ever watched.
Right.
So then it's crazy. So when I watch this battle, and I've noticed this, I've watched battle rap enough to know when a person.
That was the joint Drake hosted, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Drake hosted.
Yes, sir.
That was a good night.
I love watching that battle. That battle seemed really fun to me.
Right.
So when I watch that battle, your battle versus Marv 1, I see this intensity, this fire, this ruthless aggression in your demeanor, in your face, and it's and you're just looking at him I'm sorry, Marv, but it has to be you. You're from Detroit. I just lost to somebody from Detroit. You're about to get the brunt of all of this, and it was just
Marv was in the same after that.
And I was just man, why you gotta do Marv like that? Because I feel like Marv is one of the funniest people ever. I've seen him on the 15 Minutes of Fame bar exam, and dude had me laughing, man.
See, the thing with Marv is I felt like Marv was he was watching that Calico shit, thinking he was gonna get that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he just really walked into the situation not knowing what the fuck was coming at him. He went first. So when I heard his first round, I was like, oh no, this nigga's dead. He's super dead.
The thing is that I just look at that and I was just I watched this first round and I was like, okay, cool. And then I watched the first round and I was like, this isn't going to be good for the rest of the night if Math keeps doing this. And then I watched your third round and I was like, I'm like, Math, you've done enough. Like, you've done enough. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, man. So, and then, you know, I was just like, that was the Math Hoffa the monster's back. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to see so much ass and not throw a slap. That line, I was like, okay, Math, that's when I threw the towel in for Marv. I was like, let's not do this anymore. So, the next battle I want to watch, I want to get into is you versus Arsenal, UW. I believe it was called Annihilation. I believe is what the card was called. It was in Brooklyn. And
nah, it wasn't in Brooklyn.
It wasn't in Brooklyn. Okay, where was it at?
It was in Manhattan.
Okay.
Gramercy Theater.
Okay, gotcha. Peter Rosenberg, I believe, was there.
Redman was in the building.
Yes.
Metal World Peace was in the building.
Yes.
That was the first time I was like really flattered that Redman called us legends.
That's crazy. That must be a huge honor for you.
Legends. I was like, a legend introduced me as a legend. I'm running with that.
Redman is definitely a legend. He's Time for Some Action is one of my favorite songs from him, of course.
Yeah, facts.
My question for this battle, did you even though it was on Arsenal's league, UW, did you still feel any kind of pressure? Like, did you feel like any kind of pressure? Like, since it was, it was sort of an away game for you because it wasn't on it wasn't on like URL or maybe a King of the Dot where both of you would kind of feel kind of more at home since you guys, have a synonymous name with both brands. What was your I mean, of course Arsenal was coming with the disrespect, which I saw that coming a mile away. And when I think it was the I think it was your second round where they panned to, I think they either panned to Cortez. I think they panned to Cortez. I don't know how long it's been since
Cortez, he was lip syncing my round.
Yeah. I think it was your second round. I think, to me, that once you got through your first round, I was like, okay. For me, this is a viewer watching. I kind of looked at it and I was like, okay, Math it feels good right now. And then from second and third, I was like, okay, Math doesn't care what planet he's on right now. He's battling Arsenal and he's doing everything he can to win this battle. Like this. I remember you were talking about how he does you dance around. You know what I'm saying? Like so
that was the birth of bars like that.
Yes.
You don't got bars like that. Yeah,
you dance. Yes. So my thing was my question for this battle is this. Did you feel any pressure knowing that A, it was on Arsenal's league, and B, legends were in the building, such as Redman, he's a basketball.
No matter what the situation is, you feel pressure because there's another rapper standing in front of you, and he wants to kill you.
Yes.
And he showed up with the intent of beating you or embarrassing you or out-rapping you. So that's the main pressure. Other people around, it's not so crazy because that's the main point. Like, the main point is, like, you go there I'm here to win the battle, and this dude is here to try to stop me from getting the W. So that's the only real pressure that you really feel. I've performed in front of huge crowds before, and that's really the only pressure. Like, am I going to perform? Am I going to outperform? Am I going to be the best me tonight? Or, I don't want to make mistakes. That's the only real pressure that you feel, especially if you have confidence in your material. That's the only pressure that you really feel. Like, it doesn't matter who's there. Jay-Z and Nas and fucking Lil Wayne and Drake and all these people standing around. That don't really register for me. It's just the guy in front of me. I had to beat that guy. You know what I mean?
The thing with the Arsenal battle, I knew that Ars was going to feel a little comfortable knowing it was his home league, but when you had that the Brooklyn jacket on and the hat on, and they were reacting to your New York bars, I was kind of like, okay, Matt sort of has an edge in this, and that's one of my favorite battles. That's one of my Matt, you versus Arsenal is one of my favorite battles to watch because of y'all's energy that y'all feed off. So it was really cool to see you guys. It's like the big bad NYB New York bully versus the disrespectful bully from Jersey just colliding. That was really cool for me to see. This next battle is, and I'm probably gonna get crucified for this. It's against arguably my favorite battle rapper right now. Like, it's hard because you won this battle. I don't care who I'm man enough to admit that my favorite battler lost to Math Hoffa. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you versus John the Don. This was at SOB's. Yeah. This was This was at, I forgot what the name of the card is. It was on a URL card.
It was a 420. It was a 420 card.
Yes. Okay. This battle, you took. I think this is the first time I've ever seen somebody take the angle of John stealing and just beat it to death and use it in your advantage. Whereas it worked, but it was like,
I was kind of mad when that battle dropped through.
Why?
Because if you notice, like the first, when it starts off, it sounds like the crowd is calming down again.
Yes. Okay.
Because when I started, I got maybe like 8 bars in, and then the mic fell off, and I had to start over. But when I started, like the room exploded because I started with, right now this nigga is like, you ain't the worst. Like, that nigga went crazy.
I love that. That's it.
It went crazy. I'm mad. I'm like, yo, why wouldn't they keep that in the fucking footage? Like, that shit, like, they was going crazy for a while.
Yeah, man.
And then when I spit the Voltron shit, they went crazy for that. And then when I had to say it over, it was like, okay, you know what I mean? It seemed like it didn't hit on the footage. But, you know what I mean? That shit, that was a fun battle. That was a real fun battle.
It was hard because I became a huge John fan after the Hitman battle.
Right.
And because I think John can really do it. I can really do it all. Like, I heard somebody call him the Tim Duncan of battle rap, and I kind of think that fits him just a little bit.
Yeah.
And when I watched this battle, I was like, okay, yeah, John versus Math. I was like, oh crap, man, I don't know whose side I'm gonna be on because I'm really big fans of both of these guys. So it's like, I don't know. And then you did the stealing angle, and I was like, oh boy. And then after I heard the rounds on the house bar from John, I just felt like it was just going down from there. And I was just like, man. And then you just kept going up.
Rounds on the house.
Yeah, and then I was like, I looked at John. I was like, dude, you can't do this with Math, man. You can't do this with Math. You gotta bring tough. You gotta. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but it was kind of like I guess it was just an off night for John, which believe me, it happens in battle rap. I've seen it.
Nah, I think John performed. I think he performed pretty well. I just feel like I was better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I felt like he I don't know. When you stepping on stage with that material, you gotta be confident in it. It wasn't like he was performing it. It's just it didn't hit.
Yeah, that's what I was also thinking as well.
After my material, it wasn't hitting that hard. He did have some lines to hit.
Mm-hmm.
He got a couple of marbles,
mm-hmm.
but I got more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
mm-hmm.
it's like whatever.
Now, moving on from the my favorite battle performances for you. I want to give you a dream scenario, a couple of dream scenarios that maybe you could answer. What is your dream collaboration? What is your dream music collaboration? Who would you want on a track? You can get as much detail, go into as much detail as you want on this one.
Like a dream collaboration?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. I mean, offhand, I would say, we talking about rappers that's out now. We talking about rappers from the past.
Any kind of rapper, living or dead.
From the '90s, I would say Nas.
Ooh, that would be tough. I could see that over like a Pete Rock beat or something like that.
The 2000s, I would say HOFFA-LUYAH. But for right now, I would say Drake.
Okay.
I would say Drake. I feel like if I got on some Drake, we're not spinning a hook on this. We just rapping. You know what I mean? Even though people talk about him having a ghostwriter, I know he could really rap.
I know that too.
I think I have yet to hear him on a track with like a street, grimy type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's weird.
Rapping.
That's weird. Now that I think about all like the Drake songs, like I've never heard him with any kind of like if I saw like pop up on the internet, Drake featuring like Mobb Deep, I would look kind of like twice at that, like what? Like how did this happen? Yeah, I'd imagine that would sound good though.
But I mean like a beat like his what's the name of that joint? The Lights joint that Hov was on.
Oh, Light Up.
Right, Light Up. Like a beat like that, or what is it? 4 a.m. in Toronto.
Yes.
Some shit like that with him, like somebody like me rapping. I think that would be crazy.
I agree. Your dream now, and I pretty much this is one of those questions where I feel like everybody's asked you this one, but I think you going 3 for 3 in 3 weeks. First things first, congratulations on that. That was amazing to watch. Actually, that was amazing to watch from the battle versus Ill Will all the way to the real deal one. What is your dream battle? Like, what is the battle that you would have 100% motivation? Like, yo, I'm about to make this battle the best that it's ever been. Like, what is your dream battle? Where would it be? Who would it be against? And if it would be 1 round or 3 rounds, or maybe 5 rounds.
Damn. Dream battle. That's kind of tough. Like, say like a dream battle,
like the promotion would be like this the one for this is the one right here, like this, like a career defining battle for you.
It's tough because the dude that I would have to rewind time and go up against Billy Siegel when he was going at Kiss.
Okay, wow, wasn't the answer that I was expecting. Although I would love to see. I would love to see that.
You probably assumed that I would go with like a battle rapper, but those are not dream battles. I feel like with battle rappers, any one of those is possible. It's just somebody got to get the heart to say, yeah. You know what I mean?
Actually, I was thinking
like
Jadakiss.
Dream battle, like Move. Well, they're not dream battles. They're possible battles.
Okay.
But like a dream battle, like
I was thinking Jadakiss. Actually,
that would be that. Jadakiss, and not so much. I feel like Jada's nice, but I don't feel like he would be a great battle rapper because his cadence is so cool that I don't feel like his performance will match up. But Siegel, when you listen to a track like "What's Your Life Like," then you see that he could switch it up. He could get loud. He could get crazy. He could sound crazy. He could project different. You know what I mean?
His voice is one of a kind.
I don't know about this Siegel now, but that Siegel could do anything. When I listen to him, he could do anything. He could do the Jadakiss shit, or he could switch it up. He could get loud. He could get space the bars out. He could say something crazy that don't even rhyme in the middle of it. Like that was a different. Like hearing Beanie Siegel rap, like the first 5 times I heard him rap, he was glorious.
Mm-hmm.
And he was brand new. You know what I mean?
That
I used to say Cannabis was a dream battle for me when I was younger. I wanted to battle Cannabis, but now it's like it would be like I'm beating up on him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah. And on a personal note, like for me, a battle that I would love to see you in, like I would book a, like if it was in New York, I'd book a flight to go see this specific battle. Would of course be you versus Mook, but it would have to be in Webster Hall at Webster Hall in New York. Like if that battle, if you were to tell me like, yo man, me and Mook is locked in Webster Hall, I'd be like, I have to find amount of money just to get
Webster
to
Hall or Urban Plaza. I don't think Smack is ever going to do business with Webster Hall again.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
I mean? They pulled a fast one year.
Oh.
And they kind of like fucked up a big event.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he'll ever do business with them niggas again. But Urban Plaza, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to bring to your attention.
I feel like I'm 30 moves.
we gonna see what Mook can do in this year when he go against Verb in August, which I'm gonna be glued to my TV when that happens.
Yo, I so hope that that's not a live battle.
I pray it's not. I hope it's a classic. I hope it's one of the best battles to ever go down. I'm so like proud to be a battle rap fan because I'm gonna be able to watch that specific battle. Like that's crazy.
To be honest, like Mook is like 50-50 with like this new era. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In the Return of the Legends joint, yeah, he beat Solomon.
Yeah.
People was walking out before the end of it.
Which was sad to me.
Yeah, but you got to think about all the battles that happened before that battle.
Oh better. Yeah, the Sirius Jones and Charlie Clips, the
was better.
The DNA versus Ines, Loaded Lux and Cal.
DNA and Ness, maybe that one might tie up with it, but
yeah. Hitman John.
But that's what's so funny in that shit. Hitman John, that was better in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And
I still wonder why you weren't on that card. I still wonder why you weren't on that card.
I tried to make it happen. I tried. They wasn't sure if I would be ready because I just had Marv 1 like a month ago. Okay. And it was hard trying to find an opponent that made sense.
Okay.
So, you know, I wasn't on the card. It's all good. I wasn't stressed.
I saw you supporting Clips in the back though. I saw you supporting Clips in the back.
Yeah,
so
that was good.
That was.
I really didn't like Jones.
So, one thing that I want to bring to your attention, and I posted this on my Instagram because it meant a lot because it was a OG talking to a young gun on camera, and I was able to catch this on camera. I posted a video of a conversation that you had with Chess, and that struck a chord with me because I have had, I have a mentor myself, the man who currently I'm employed under and I work under, has not only, teached me how to do, my day-to-day operations at my job, but he also taught me about life lessons and how a business works and, what to do in certain situations, certain grown-up adult situations. I mean, I'm only 21, so I'm I hang on to this guy's every word. So
Right.
when you spoke to Chess, and the words that I got from this was, you have to treat the game like a girl, and you have to do the things that you did to get her in order to keep her. I want to know,
right.
where did that conversation stem from? If you could give that information, because that one was.
You saying where it stemmed from, like what you mean, how we started?
Yeah, how did that conversation start? Like, and when did the cameras turn on? It was my question.
I think it was after one of his performances. I was chilling my man Flame's crib, and he came through, and we just got to talking about shit, and I seen Chess in the beginning, and I was like, yo, I like this kid, you know what I'm saying? But he started making mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and even when I was talking to him, I felt like he didn't get it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I really felt like he didn't really grasp what I was saying. So, you know what I mean? After a while, I stopped talking. I was like, all right, cool.
It was weird because
after that,
it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird for me because it was like a veteran talking to a rookie, and not even just because you're a veteran in battle rap. It was just the veteran to rookie conversation in general. Whether
because I know his position.
Yeah,
I know what his position was because I've been there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, it's tough to get back, bro. So you gotta what I mean? If you're getting more opportunities for that big stage, you just really gotta buckle down and not let anything distract you and walk into that shit like you did in the earlier days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shit ready to go and full energy. And I think that Chess's issue is, and I've also had this problem before, he might be around people who don't see how, or who don't want to show him that they see how important his position is.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're around people like that, and they're like that, they think that they're keeping you grounded. But what they're really doing is making you feel like it's not that important.
Is that the type of legacy that you want to leave? Like, you always want to be that guy who who is not also approachable, because I feel like you're very approachable, but you want to be do you want to leave that legacy that was known as the guy who would, if the young guns would come up and talk to you, the guy who always gives advice and kind of puts them under their wing and kind of be like a mentor?
I do that, but for some people, I've always thought about taking a battle rap and like training,
Mm-hmm.
because I know what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at DNA all the time, and I'll be like, he got the best conditioning ever when he started.
Yes.
Because from the rip, he was hanging around veterans.
Yep.
From the rip. All the time. All the time. He was young, he was coming up, but he got to be around people that were so good at it that, just being in that circle made him better.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to do it so young gave him great conditioning for his future.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I've always thought about that. I even took somebody under the wing before, but they did some real stupid shit, and I kind of was like, nah, fuck this shit. I ain't doing this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? But whenever I meet people that I see is all like, even Surf.
Mm-hmm.
Surf might not tell people this, but after he lost to Young Ill, I gave him a pep talk.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing with O-Red. Said I had a conversation with O-Red too. A-Ward. Had a long conversation with A-Ward.
Shout out to A-Ward, man.
I try to do these things because I feel like, maybe, not so much part of a legacy, but I feel like I owe it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them grew up watching
Mm-hmm.
So I know the mistake I made. If I could give somebody just a little bit of knowledge on what to avoid and how to really like control the shit and how to like make it your out. Some people don't see it as an out, but it's an out. Like anytime you got people paying you to do something regarding your talent, sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to do that to just to encourage people and give them little tips and pointers and shit. I actually had a conversation with Newborn. And I felt like if Newborn would have just adapted, like he would have been way bigger. You know what I'm saying? But
yes.
Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. A-Ward, I feel like he's taking my advice to heart. And yeah, it's just something I do. It's just something I feel like I'm supposed to do.
And I like that because it's, this is living proof of how, when the rookies always say the vets don't want to help us out, blah, 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 blah. This, what you just actually said, proves that statement 100% wrong. And
right. I mean, the funny thing about it, the person who talked the most about the vets, I've had conversations with a couple of times, and that's Twerk.
Okay.
But he still be shooting at the vets. I'll be like, yo, man, I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
You versus him would be nice. I'm not gonna lie. That would be interesting.
I don't know.
That'd be interesting because I want to see that on a big stage. I want to see that on a big stage. Like,
I don't think he will win.
It's
a kind of like the John situation. It's like how you look at somebody, you see the X-ray, you see the weak point. And you're like, okay, well, all I got to do is just keep hitting it, and it's over.
I want to ask a few more questions, and we'll wrap up. This has been a fantastic interview again, dude. This is a complete honor for me. What do you think? And speaking of, continuing on the topic of taking people, under their wing, do you feel like that's what's happening right now, not only in hip hop but society? These young guys are, these young kids running around don't have somebody to run to, like a mentor to keep them in line and kind of keep them in check.
I feel like they be ostracized by the generation, especially in hip hop. I feel like a lot of them be ostracized by the ones that came before them, or they look at them like these niggas weird or whatever. But you just gotta understand, like when you came in, you was weird to the other niggas. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
But in hip hop, egos are so big. Not everybody does that. I met a lot of people who were popular in hip hop. I met legends. I met people who sold millions of records, but there's only like a good handful that pulled me to the side and said something. Like Nori gave me some great advice.
Oh wow,
great advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people, I don't know if people even that was before Drink Champs.
Okay.
I think people, but Nori was that type of person. He took his time out. We were on the phone for like damn near 2 hours just talking. You know what I'm saying? Method Man.
Who you did a record with?
He definitely showed a lot of love. Yeah, he showed a lot of love. Like, you know what I mean? That was just off the strength. Like, he just showed that love. Lupe for a little while, we conversed here and there, but
Lupe's different to me.
Always show love.
Lupe's different to me. I said Lupe's different for me. Like,
yeah, he's a little different, but he takes more to like daylights and shit. Even though
okay, gotcha.
Battle rapper.
Gotcha.
He said I was his favorite.
You guys were on a song together. Yeah. Justice League Punchlines, I believe, is the name of the song.
The Justice League album. We had a joint called Punchline.
It was you, Lupe, Loaded Lux, Soul Con.
Loaded and Soul Con.
Yes. I remember when that album came out and I saw your name at the bottom on the Punchlines record, and I was like, what? I was like, word? And I listened to it and I was like, yeah, okay, I can see why this song came together. This completely makes sense.
He liked my style because he felt like a lot of the things I said was not only real, but is a complete form of art. You reflect your reality. Some people could just throw paint on a canvas, and some people paint a picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he appreciated that. But as far as like mentorship, it's something there. Who else? Drake is a real big fan of battle rap.
I've known that, and it's really cool that he actually dipped out of I think he left the Grammys or left an award show just to go see Blackout.
Just to go to see, yeah, that's crazy. Like I was at what was that? That was when the Heat won the championship the second time
with LeBron.
Party. Yeah.
Okay.
It was there was a party at Mansion.
Okay.
When they did, the second time they won with LeBron.
Okay.
And I was in there, and for some reason Drake was DJing that night. He got off the set for a little while. No, it was before he went on the set, and he was just in my ear, like all these stars around, Spike Lee walking around, annihilating on the whole team and all that. You know what I mean? Everybody's around, but he's standing next to me in my ear, telling me who I should battle next.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. The fact that he wasn't, talking, industry talk, knowing he's around a bunch of industry people, and he was actually talking about battle rap. That's crazy. That just really shows how.
Nah, Drake is cool. Drake is cool.
And I've always imagined that. Just
don't have no chicks around him. He's vicious.
Oh, I imagine with the music, the music the man makes. I understand that. Like I've always. Like some of my favorite people that I look up to, I've always wished that they would actually be cool. Like one of my favorite rapper of all time is Joey Badass, and I was able when I was 17, I was able to meet him at a meet and greet at one of his concerts. And when I tell you, it was one of my favorite experiences because of how nice he was, because of how genuine he appreciated that I really loved his music, and being able to speak to him for about 2 to 3 minutes was really, really, really cool, and be able to dap up some of his crew, like his crew called Pro Era. And
who we talking about?
Joey Badass.
Oh, Joey Badass.
Yes. Yes. He's my favorite rapper of all time. Like his music kind of came into when I discovered his music, I was kind of trying to figuring out who I was, and so when I was during that process, I was able to his music was just a soundtrack for me. So it was very nice to see and meet the person who was behind all of that creativity and all that amazing music. And I hope it's like you're saying, like people think that people may think that Drake, without even meeting him, people think Drake is a douche or a dick. You know what I'm saying? And
nah, it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Drake is a cool person, according to Math Hopper, which Math doesn't lie. Math doesn't lie either. So last question, man. What is the best bar you've ever wrote, whether it was in a song or whether it was in a battle?
Best bar I ever wrote. Damn, that's a tough question. Damn, that's the best bar. The bar that I broke down and I was like, this is fire.
Yes, like you're like, this is going either when someone hears this on a track, they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, like what? Or when someone hears this, when I spit this in front of this crowd, everybody's gonna go crazy, and my opponent is dead at this moment.
Damn.
I can tell you mine. I can tell you my favorite bar from you.
Yeah.
My favorite bar from you. I can't do it word for word, But when you said to this was most recent. Well, actually, this was most recently because my top 5 usually changes. And when you told Snake Eyes, the whole oh, I get it. Since this snake something copied me, he bit me first. That was like, yo, okay. And then when you were talking about your third round, when you were talking about I'd rather put groceries in my cabinet than go sell drugs or something like that. That whole thing, that was like, man, like I was like, wow, like that's on like it's one of my actual favorite bars, and I think you'll like this. It was from Quest for Cody in the 2-on-2 that he had with Chess and Steams at Double Impact 1. When he said when he was telling, it's like you run around and when he was telling Chess and when he's telling Steams, it's like you want to run around with him and have fun with him. That's when a gun hit him or his lady cry or his mama beating on your chest. Like, man, how the fuck you let my baby die? I was like, oh my god, talk to this man. Talk to this. Oh, that one hit. That one hit.
I just thought about it, and I think one of the best bars that I felt like I ever came up with was a bar that was so slept on.
Okay.
That only like rappers really caught it.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, it was in the Calico battle.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. When I told him he was an outcast amongst the other Detroit battle rappers because he'd be telling on them. And I said, so that made you an outcast, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you two-faced when it come to that. When you two-faced when it come to holding that water, Aquemini.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, okay, holding water is like keeping secrets.
Yes.
And being two-faced, you know what I mean? But if you think about it, like Aquemini was the album from Outkast.
Yep. Absolutely.
One of them was Aquarius, one of them is a Gemini. So
that's how they got it.
Yeah. Aquemini.
Yep.
The symbol for Aquarius is a lady holding water.
Okay.
And the symbol for Gemini, of course, is the two-face. I felt like that was crazy. I mean, when I got off the stage, Fred and Mickey Fack came up to me and was like, yo, that line was crazy. But, I wasn't really trying to hear. I was like, I knew I lost the battle. One of my favorite. When I thought that up, I felt like, wow, like I can't believe I thought that up.
That's sometimes my brother is coming with me because I'll be at Gnome 8 this Saturday. I'm taking my older brother with me, and he doesn't watch battle rap like I do, which is almost like all the time. And I will show him like some of these bars, and he'll be like, "Man, I was like, well, I don't know why you're reacting for that. Like, that was weak." And I was like, "That's because you gotta listen. Like, you gotta hear." Like, and I remember showing him. I forgot what battle it was that was of yours. I think it was the battle versus Jims when you went into the whole
laundromat shit.
No, the Vegeta side, leave him for CSI. He actually reacted to that. He was like, "Okay, that was cool. I like that. That was very creative." And then
push your weight back, Vegeta side, leave him for CSI.
Yes, and that was your return to King of the Dot, which was crazy. When I saw that match booked, I was like, wow. And the fact that it was in Canada too, that was really cool for me to see. And
shout out to King of the Dot.
And Organic and Bishop and everybody out there. But one thing that I want to let you know, which I'm pretty sure that every fan who comes up to you tells you why they're your favorite battle rapper and or rapper. I'll tell you mine, but it might be done a little different. The reason I fuck with Math so heavy is because I don't really believe that this is a character that he puts on. I don't believe that this is like that Math Hoffa on the battle screen is different from Math Hoffa from the real person. I believe that they are one in the same. They are the exact same person. What you see is what you get. And
that's kind of scary. That's scary to some people.
And yes, it is. It's very scary to some people. And you live by my golden rule. My golden rule is be yourself at all times. I put up an episode on here of Flight 96 where I talked about the most important thing in the world to me is being yourself, no matter what has happened to you. If you any type of social setting, you're worried about meeting people, just be yourself. I advocate that so much. Like, and every time I see you battle, and every time I see an interview of yours, hear a song of yours, I always think like I'm actually feel like I'm listening to Math, the person, the man who's not on the cameras, the man who goes, to the grocery store like an everyday person, the man who goes get something to eat like a regular person with his friends. Like, I feel like I'm listening to the actual person instead of this character, this facade, this kind of blurred this blurred reality that he's painted for everybody to see. No, that's not what you see is what you get. And I respect Math not only as a battler and as a rapper, but as a person because of that. Because that's what I get from him every time either I speak to him or if I watch a battle or I listen to a song. So that's why I fuck with you very heavy. Very, very heavy, man.
Appreciate it.
So
appreciate it.
If any closing words for the viewers, any words of wisdom, any
all right. Here's some gloat talk.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
In life, you live, you make mistakes. I know there's some people out there who follow my career, who might be listening to the interview, and there's been ups and downs. There's been times where I'm supposed to be gone. I'm supposed to be out of this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I never gave up. The one mistake I would say I did is I let myself be distracted, and I let other things become more important than my dream. Don't do that to yourself. You gotta find what they would call in the book the alchemist, the personal legend. You gotta go after it. A lot of people out there living their lives, watching YouTube and on Instagram, watching other people live their lives. They're not happy. They haven't found their personal legend or their dream. They didn't pursue it. They gave up on it. And that can lead you into a whole lot of shit, being depressed, being angry, just living a life that's not worth it. You think what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So always seek adventure. Remember that there's so much reward on the other side of adversity. Anytime life feels like, oh, my life is shit right now, I just want to go jump. Trust me. On the other side of that, it's great. You just got to see it through.
The gloat has spoken. Ladies and gentlemen, for me, for Math Hoffa, for everybody who's listened, I want to say thank you, because this is...
No, thank you, bro. Don't think I don't notice you. Like, I see you. Whenever you comment, whenever you do, I see it. I'll be like, yo, son, fuck with me. I like this guy. He stick around. I like this guy.
Thank
you. Know what I mean? Like, I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, Math. This is by far the biggest interview in Flight 96 history, and I've had some of the greatest guests on on this podcast, from Kit Money, who's worked with Frank Ocean, Big Crit, Hit Boy. You know, my personal friends who I've been able to interview and had great conversations, from Jerry West to Chef Trez, from my own mother, from my family member. Yes, my own mom has been on this show, and I urge everybody to go check that podcast out. Well, I don't understand why people find that so funny though. Every time
just moms on the show. It just sounds funny.
No, but it was a great episode. We talked about
I would love to interview my moms too. Shit.
It was really cool because we talked about, me and my brother were able to talk about what was it like, in like base. My brother just came out with it and said, what was it like marrying a white man in the 90s, because we're mixed. And basically she went into this whole thing, and it's really eye-opening. Like I thought it was really cool. So again, usually we would end this with song of the day, but scratch all that. The most important thing in music right now for Math Hoffa is Pac Juice. The link will be in the description for whether you have Spotify, for whether you have Apple Music, for whether you buy it on iTunes, whatever you use to get music. I guarantee, go listen to Pac Juice if you haven't. I labeled it as Battle Rap's Detox, and the difference between the real Detox and this Detox is that it actually came out. So like I said, this is probably one of the best experiences I've had, being able to talk to Math Hoffa and being able to talk to the legend himself and get to know him just a little more. Now, for that being said, I'm Hunter Foreman for Math Hoffa. Y'all know the slogan: one love.